I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back, it's getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry.
Hello, listeners and viewers. This is the Faison View Podcast, episode 180, man. Entangled. Entangled, man. I can't get over that one. That was funny, but hey, let's get right into it, man. We're getting right into it, man. Hey, you already know we about to have a good one. What's up, man? Hey, what's up? What you got on? You already know I got the Color Power on. Color Power, man. Shop the best handcrafted jewelry, man, around, man. Go get that Black-owned business, man. Go get that handcrafted jewelry about yours truly. You know what I'm saying? You already know how we coming. You got necklaces, you got bracelets, you got waist beads, you got anklets, man. Hit me up, man. Request your order, man. I'm gonna get it done, man. And I'm gonna get it to you in an orderly fashion, man. You already know. So man, we got a good one today. We got a great one today, actually. Entangled is the title. So, man, first and foremost, man, I want to just give a shout out to everybody that's just during these times, essential workers that are working hard and in the grocery stores, man. Y'all mean so much to us during these trying times with COVID-19. And people got to really understand and realize that this is just the beginning of COVID-19, man. Be mindful, wear your mask, man. Keep and protect yourself and keep and protect your loved ones, man. Wear a mask, man. It's so simple. So, man, our topics we have here today, man, reviews on the Red Table Talk. I'm going to talk about the Red Table Talk, which aired the other day, man. Broke records. Will and Jada broke records, man. So, next we want to talk about schools reopening, man. Like, what are we talking about here? But schools reopening and y'all takes on it. And I feel like I definitely need to bring this up because it's something that went over a lot of people's heads and nobody really gave attention to or talked about. And Jay-Z takes out a full page of ads in the newspaper to represent and talk about and bring light to the black owners and black ownership. So I feel like that's just amazingly important. And the company you keep, lastly, that's what I want to talk about. The company you keep, because just breaking news, you just heard some crazy stuff go down with Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. So I'm definitely gonna get into that and talk about that, man. Man, let's get it, man. Let's go, man. I've been waiting to talk to you guys. So, man, Red Table Talk, man. Red Table Talk. Very interesting. And let me just shout out to Will and Jada because before I talk about this situation, I do respect. Now I'm gonna tell you what I do respect. I do respect that they do have a partnership for life and honestly, that they're able to even talk about these situations because Will is better than me, Jada is better than me, because I couldn't be able to talk about this situation to my loved one. I'll be heartbroken. But hey, they're in an open relationship, so I understand that. So now it's time to get to the nitty gritty. So Will and Jada went on Facebook Live to talk about what's going on with August and what the situation is. What Jada was saying, she's gonna bring herself to the table. So now, she's there with Will, and the conversation needs to be had. What happened with August? So I'm gonna give you guys a summary. Excuse me. I'm gonna give you guys a summary. So about 4 years ago is when it started. August was going through a very, very tough time mentally, and it was very hard on him, man. If you don't know August and his past, he spoke about his brother. He always speaks about his brother in his music and his songs. His brother passed away, got shot and killed. His sister, not too long ago, passed away from an illness. And his mother and father wasn't, necessarily in his life due to drug abuse and things of that nature. And also him having his own personal things he went through and fighting a disease. So, man, August has been through a lot. You got to be mindful of that. August has definitely been through a lot, man. And I gave my views on it last week, but I much respect to everybody because they all celebrities. This is celebrity rich people problems for real. But I only felt August was messy. just in regards to just putting it on a public platform and public forum. But also you got to think about it, if his name is getting played with and Jada just shaking it off like it's nothing, and he's already in a mental, a different mental capacity. Hey, you feel me? It needed to be put out on the table. So here we are. So Jada's talking about really the relationship that which she called an entanglement with August. But the relationship they had when Will and Jada went together, they parted ways, and they wanted to find ways to make themselves happy outside of their love for each other. So that's what they did. It only became an issue, honestly, and this is what they were trying to say in between the lines. It only became an issue is when it got so close to home where Jada was just like, nah, August, it's not that way. And people were saying, oh yeah, well, that's not taking advantage of. In my opinion, that is taking advantage of someone. Jada really was there consoling him mentally. She really felt happy doing that. But she got, she felt happy with him too, and doing whatever they was doing too. But for a person that's what, 23, 24, 25, going through such a hard time, it doesn't matter what age you are, and understanding that you're Jada Pinkett Smith, man, anybody will fantasize about being with you. Anybody, you feel me? And I feel like August was put in that bind where he just confided in Jada and gave her his all. But at the end of the day, Jada's like, hey, my life partner is still Will. Can't do this with you. You know what I'm saying? So it is a sense of taking advantage of. Jada, honestly, she admits it, but not admitting it, but she admits it through the interview, just like through little statements and saying that, yeah, he was really, really sick, and things of that nature, and just saying that she wanted to help, she wanted to console him, and she got in a relationship and she got in an entanglement. She got entangled with Og, man. Hey, things happen, but it's wrong and sad that August had to go through so much scrutiny and so much really trauma within that, man. So it's just you kind of feel bad for him, because a lot of people was painting August to be the bad guy, the home wrecker, but in actuality, it didn't go down that way. It didn't go down that way. So with Jada and Will, and it was crushing. Everybody making jokes, but it was crushing to see Will in that magnitude, because I'm sure Will has done stuff to Jada. I'm not here to sit here and say that at all. But just being on a public platform and being such a big deal it is, and just being honest, like if Will had a side piece or side something, they ain't coming out saying nothing, they ain't being extra. So this is just a wide range of craziness going on. And also August being August, he's still a celebrity, he's still an artist, he's still in the industry. So it's kind of like, dang, like this young buck up here walking around chilling, man, doing whatever, and with my wife. But hey, I feel like Will did give the consent, but I felt like he in a sense, it was just like you can keep that down low. You know what I'm saying? And this being such a broad and crazy time, and everybody glued to their phones, and this goes on, this happens. It's like, dang, like now everybody looking at me like, dang, what's up with you, Will? You know what I'm saying? Like, and all the jokes and everything, and all the laughing and all the playing on his name. So it hurt to see Will that way, and it's like it's kind of cringe that they did have to go through this on a public platform. But hey, the truth needed to come out. It needs to come out, and I do respect Jada for at least being very definitely a woman and bringing herself to the table to even have this conversation. But if you ask me, I do feel like Jada is wrong in this situation. And the main reason why, which I spoke on before, is because if this was Will in this situation, we don't know how much people would be canceling Will right now. Because, like I said, it can be seen as taken advantage of. If Will was in the same situation, vice versa, young woman going through stuff mentally, I'm there to console you mentally and try to get you through this. But we end up going through, getting into the physical sides of things and also creating a whole bond and relationship on it. And Will is 50-something years old, and this young lady's about 23, 25. It happens all the time, but I'm talking about within the marriage that they have, the partnership they have, and it happening on a public platform right now. People wouldn't be that much funny like it is in this situation. People, like, oh, well, Jada, Jada entangled, everybody using the word, everybody making jokes and laughing at it. It wouldn't be any jokes or laughing at it if Will was to do something of this magnitude. Let's call a spade a spade. And that was my problem with, that's been my problem with really just interacting and talking to other females about it and just talking to my boys about it. Everybody has their different views and opinions, but I just feel like it needs to be talked about because it is double standards. Both sides. It's always gonna be double standards between the male and the female. But I feel like in this situation, it was a double standard. Because to be honest, if Will did something like this and it broadened and it being publicly open like this, I don't know if this would be going around so smoothly. I know it's still wild, but it wouldn't be going on as smoothly as Jada doing it. It's like Jada got that fire, it's jokingly and people like, oh yeah, yes, I want to get in an entanglement and stuff like that. So it's just encouraging, I guess you want to say, not cheating or having a side piece, I guess, or whatever. But I just didn't find that cool. And another thing I just didn't find cool was just how August was in the mix like this. And we really, I'm gonna be honest, me too as well. We put a lot of flack on August just being like, why you, why you messing up a home, Even though we know Will and Jada's past, it's just like, why are you bringing this to the forum and stuff like that? But hey, understandably, his name was being, put out there in the wrong magnitude, like he was the only one doing stuff, when in actuality he wasn't. Jada was full cooperation, and when she was done, done getting getting the young bull, she was like, hey man, can't do this no more. So imagine how August feels and felt, and still to this day feels. That's a tough one to, that's a tough one to get over, especially being Jada Pinkett. Man, I don't want to let that slip through my grasp, but it's like, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I just don't like people like playing necessarily with this all too much, because if it was Will in this situation, I want people to really understand that. Like, if it was Will in this situation, it would be a lot more accountability needed to be taken. And people would be looking at him crazy. Like, you got Jada Pinkett Smith right there. Why do you need a young woman, and you manipulating this young woman? So I just need people to really, if you don't, try to understand that part, because it's a double standard. It's definitely a double standard. I'm not saying Will didn't do his dirt. I'm not saying Will never cheated. I'm not saying Will I'm not saying that. We're talking about this situation in particular. And they both agreed upon, they were separate at the time and stuff like that. Of course, it's just the fact that it's public. It's rich people problems, I guess. So, man, oh man, that was a good one. That was a good one. This has been very entertaining. A lot to take from it, and it's honestly, it was a lot of things to take from that. And what I do commend Will and Jada on, which I said, is just their bond to even come to the table and have that conversation. Because I want to grow and be that type of man. I couldn't be her. I'm just me. I couldn't be told that my wife was, sleeping with somebody else. Even if they're not together, it's still just a cringe, eerie feeling. So, but I commend both of them. They came to the table and talked about it, and got it all out. Everything might have not been spoken on, but they did. They did their best on it, and they did speak on it. They gave what the world wanted. We needed the answers. They gave most of them. I want August to be a part 2, but we're going to see if that comes along. So, man, secondly, man, let's get into it. Schools reopening. Man, oh, man. So, in Georgia this past week, 85 kids at a camp was tested positive for the coronavirus. And I want to really talk to you parents right now. If you're willing to have your child be around a plethora of other people and other entities and other things during this time where more than ever, we don't know what tomorrow holds. That's every day in general, God willingly. But this ups the ante even more. So I look at you parents very, very different, and y'all have to be sick in your mind and have to be not be one with oneself and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I would want to take my child and put them in harm's way, because that's what you're doing. 85 children tested positive. So now where do you go from here? Because you can't be around you can't even be around your child right now, because you're going to contract it and everybody else is going to contract it. So now basically you had to be away from your child and them being in a hospital and being isolated for a certain amount of days while they get back to their health. Of course that you're going to want to be there. I don't know the stipulations of that. I would be there especially, but first of all, I wouldn't put my son in that predicament or in that space to do that. Since coronavirus started, and if you know me personally, you know I don't play about my child. You know I don't play about my son. So I would never try to put him in a situation where he is put in harm's way. Never, ever, ever, ever. My son hasn't been back to daycare in 5 months, and he's not going back until this all clears up. School, I'm not thinking about school. I teach him from home. I feel like a lot of parents, we have to make the sacrifices. Stop trying to push your child to the side. You need to make sacrifices. They didn't ask to be here. So you need to step up to the plate and do what you have to do to protect your child, especially in these times. And schools reopening, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. People are dying every day. Yes, we're not talking about the people that recover, for all you conspiracy theorists and think this is fake. We're not talking about the people that's recovering. Yeah, the fake stats. But guess what? When this started, all you had to show me is that one person died from it. That's that. That's that. You have a child in this world, your main objective is to protect them at all costs. And for the supposed leader of this country to even state or say that he wants schools reopened is disgusting. It's disgusting. It's a spit in the face. And for you guys as parents to even think it is okay to have your child in come on now, in a camp during COVID-19, you guys have to do better as parents. And you gotta look at yourself in the mirror. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror. Why would you even put your child in that situation at all? Because at the end of the day, they don't know the severity of the situation. Kids don't know the full severity of what's going on. They know that they have to wear masks, but guess what? They still want to see their friends. They still want to interact. So you think they're going to be following the guidelines and rules? No, that is up to you to make that decision for them, and do not put them in that situation at all. You sick to me if you think schools should be reopened. Point blank, period. I don't care who you are. We don't agree to that. You're a sick individual if you think your child should be going back into school. Because schools, out of everywhere, the most populated places are schools. In one area are schools. Not football, not NFL, not NBA, schools. And what a lot of people problems are, I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of people problems are, parents' problems, is that y'all need to understand that y'all not even raising y'all children. Y'all letting the school system raise y'all children. And this is a lot of the reason why we're dealing with a lot of things right now. Because everything is taught. Racism, however you want to go down the line, everything is taught. You're letting these schools raise your children instead of you raising your child. And that needs to be talked about more. You are letting these schools raise your children instead of you raising your child and instilling morals in them. You so quick to give them up to a camp and give them up to school. Like, come on, you got to get them out here, man. You go ahead. But it is a global pandemic going on. You willing to put that at risk? You goofy to me. So like, So I mean, and that just is what it is. I stand strongly on that solely off the fact that I love my son. I love my child. I would never, ever, ever put him in harm's way. And if I feel like it is, then I gotta step back from it. No. And I don't care about anybody's opinions, anybody, what they got to say when it comes to my child. Point blank, period. You gets cut off like that. Cause ain't nobody gonna make a decision for my child and actually be about what's going on with him. You not with him daily. You're not with him 24/7. Don't tell me what's right or wrong for my child at all. Because I know I'm going to protect him at all costs. The difference between me talking to you parents out there is that you're not trying to protect them at all costs. You're trying to give them up to these school systems, so whatever, so I can go work, so I can do me. Their life is more important than whatever you got to do. I know you got to put food on the table. Guess what? Invest in a babysitter. Invest in something else other than taking them out to school or taking them out into a populated area so they can get sick. It's stupid. It's stupid. So schools reopening? Absolutely not. I'm absolutely against that. And my son, I know he's 3 years old. He won't be into daycare. He won't be in school until all this is clear and over with. Because I'm not putting him in harm's way. Simple as that. So for all you parents out here, man, please be mindful. Please be mindful. Please don't just push your kid to the side just because you want to get the things done and stuff like that. No, that's not cool. That's not good at all. Absolutely not. Step up and be a parent. Step up. Don't let anybody else raise your children except for you. Of course, it takes a village, family, friends, understandably. But I'm talking about in the school system in particular. You need to instill those morals in them. Come on now. Come on now. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Man, next, man. Just to lighten the mood, man. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing, man. Jay-Z needs to be getting more credit for. And people, hey, just breeze through it. Didn't want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it on my platform. Jay-Z takes out full page of ads on the newspapers to put in place black-owned businesses. And so you can see these black-owned businesses that you need to be buying from, that we need to be building on. And that's just a beautiful thing. And it goes over so many people's heads because they so in tune to everything else. Amen. Our black is beautiful. Our black is excellence. It needs to be shown. For you guys that's always screaming, well, I want somebody to do something. People of power want them to do something. You got it right here. It's more work to be done, but guess what? Don't overlook the things that people are doing for the community just because you don't feel like it's necessarily right. You know how big that is? Do you not understand how much money it takes to take out newspaper ads across the country to put in place something else? Come on now. Give credit when credit is due. Give credit when credit is due, man. Our block is beautiful, man. I need everyone to keep on supporting and keep on researching and doing your just due of research to find these black-owned businesses, man. Put some money into them, man. I say it all the time. Stop worrying about buying these Balenciagas, buying the Gucci shoes, man. What are you doing and how are you going to impact our community? These are the times that we change the landscape of what's going on. These are going to be the times building up back the black economy. These are the times right here. So I need you guys to stay focused and stay mindful on things like this. Things like this. This is where it's at. You know how important that is? Taking ads out to put in place black businesses that you can go support and buy from. This is only the beginning. Only the beginning, guys. So let's keep on encouraging others. Let's keep on supporting each other, man. Let's keep on pushing the narrative forward. And guess what? As always, we did not forget about you, Breonna Taylor. We didn't forget about you, Breonna Taylor. Keep on talking about it. Keep on making it a point on everybody's platform. If you are a black person in general, you need to be talking or speaking up about something in the Black Lives Matter. Something. And it's quickly, because I didn't have this on my topic, but I want to talk about what Gilly said. What Gilly the Kid said about the All Lives Matter thing 4 years ago. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Gilly's podcast. Respect it, but I'm not going to shy away from it. I respect Gilly a lot, but also I understand what he's saying about being about our culture within our culture. And I spoke to that plenty of times. I speak about it all the time. We have to move with our people, but we also have to protect and save our people, not kill our people. And that's just a fact. But I do not feel like that's deflecting off of Black Lives Matter, because Black Lives Matter means way much more than that. Because us killing each other starts from being systematically oppressed from the beginning and pitting each other against each other and not understanding that this white man over here is the one who holds the power. We have to snatch it from them to gain our equal rights and to gain our power. So guess how that happens? You have to start buying black. Stop putting your money into these white owners who don't care about you pockets, such as the NFL. The NFL, these owners, I have not heard one owner, not one, even Robert Kraft, I have not heard one owner talk about the Black Lives Matter movement or what's going on. So that needs to be a point to all these NFL players to make sure that if you're part of that organization and you making money for that organization, oh yeah, it definitely needs to be a conversation, because they ain't speaking up. They haven't said anything. And you know all 32 owners are Caucasian, are white owners. So that's my problem. It's bigger than us going against each other, because guess what? You have white on white crime. You have Hispanic crime. You have so much on crime within the same race, but we are always the ones being talked about. That should raise an eyebrow to you. Even though we need to stop killing each other. We need to start coming together. That's that, and you are making us digress in progress when you do that, black people. I love you to death, kings and queens, but we do need to put these guns down, put your fist down to your brothers and sisters, and fight the bigger fight. Because there's a bigger fight going on right now. Let's focus. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Jay-Z, man. Like, he's not the only one doing things. Shout out to everybody that's using that platform. Shout out to everybody that's using that's really using their own income to really help out what's going on right now, man. It's very much a help, man. And guess what? Anyways, Breonna Taylor, man. Arrest these corrupt cowards that wrongfully killed this woman. Come on now. They quick to arrest the protesters that are and you know what I'm saying, that are loud and clear about getting Breonna Taylor justice. They quick to lock the protesters up, but they won't lock these cops up. Keep the pressure on them. We'll see what happens. Let's keep the pressure on them. Lastly, stay with me, guys. Stay with me. You already know, man. I told you this is going to be a good one. Stay with me. So, watch the company you keep. I know this is just breaking news. This just happened. But come to find out, Tory Lanez, Meg, they're very good friends. Nights ago, a situation that we, just unfolded that we didn't know about. It's so unfortunate, but in this situation, Tory Lanez was allegedly arrested on gun charges, having a gun, and not even alleged on this situation, Meg Thee Stallion was shot in the foot. And it's like, Meg Thee Stallion out of all people, and Tory Lanez out of all people, both who keep their energy very vibrant and are very much good people. But we don't know what this situation happened. We don't really know the ins and outs of it. But all I wanted to talk about is just watch the company you keep. And that goes for everybody. Watch the company that you keep. Because it's a lot of envy and jealousy out here. People don't want to see you win. People don't want to see you win. And that just goes back to, I'm praying and hoping that it wasn't another brother or sister, you know, dealing in this situation that had harmed Megan Thee Stallion, because this just goes back to what I was just talking about. We need to protect our own. Stop hating on the next. That should give you motivation to do better. But guess what? We got people and individuals out here that just think differently and have different energy with them. So please be mindful of the company you keep. Even little things, just little things. You saying no to a friend or saying no to a person around you in your circle and they are saying no. Watch that because it's important. It's important. You never know what can happen and how things can turn. And I just want to keep a prayer for both of them, and I just hope the situation is not as severe as we think it is, but it looks pretty bad. But at the end of the day, it's just really important, man. Just watch the company you keep, man. Be mindful of the ones who are around you, man, and just try to attract genuine energy as much as you can. I know it's hard. There's a lot of people out here that just be scheming. You just don't know. So on to the next, and lastly, man, listen to me loud and clear, guys, man. This opportunity is just changing people's lives every day. Changing people's lives every day. It's a $6.6 trillion industry. Man, Forex is changing people's lives, man. Generational wealth, man. RTFX, man. Team 2 week notice, man. Be a part of the team. Be a part of something special, man. We doing promotionals. We doing promotion to people who really serious about joining the opportunity, man. And if you want to know what this opportunity entails, man, please make sure that you DM me at @MalikSpaceGhost on Instagram. @MalikSpaceGhost on Instagram, man. It will be below. And also, man, please go follow the Risk Taker Forex page, man. We got all information there. If you need help, you need guidance, man, we there for you. But I need you guys to start understanding that our dollar, our American dollar, it doesn't mean anything anymore. Everything will be going digital very soon. Very soon. You guys can think of these stimulus checks. Yeah, that's cool. Our country didn't have the money to have a stimulus check. You want to be real. They printed money. And when you print money, guess what? The value of that dollar goes down. So I need you guys to be mindful about an industry and an organization that can change your lives. So be a part of something special, man. Be a part of something special, man. Information will be below, man. You already know we're getting to it, man. I love you guys, man. Episode 180 Entangled, man. Tune in Thursday, 5 p.m. This will be dropping, man. Love you guys, man.